Hey guys, welcome back to Fix Life. I think this is going to be the beginning of a video where we change the head on the 1990 4Runner because it had a blown head gasket, and my roommate has the head gasket. He has a whole kit for like rebuilding the engine, but he also just bought a new head for it, including the cam and everything. It was like $202. So we're just going to swap the head, obviously put a new gasket on, and there's a lot to it. I've watched videos on other people doing it, and I'll probably record us doing it. So here we go. You gotta get the 4Runner in the garage though first, and it runs on like 1 or 2 cylinders. So we'll see. That's pretty cool. It's been unlocked this whole time. It's been like 2 months. Okay, come on, baby, you can do it. Completely dead. Damn it. Yeah, it's ready to go. And this thing only has 2 bars, so we'll see. Maybe I don't have all the spark plugs in, I can't remember. Man. See that? No plug. That's why it was so loud. Well, that makes sense. Temperature's supposed to drop about 15 degrees, so I'll see you then. Okay, they're on there, but my God, do they put off a lot of heat. I don't know. I think that'll be a lot better than me wearing like a headband light or something, so gotta get some tools together and we'll get started. Okay. There's the water. Oh, he's got the air monster. Oh, what happened there? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's cool. I got a bunch of markers and I might utilize them on this with all the vacuum lines and stuff. I might put like a dot on one side and a dot on the other and then go to the next color. Okay. Alright. I'm actually probably going to be putting a lot of marks down with the markers, so I'm going to kind of clean some of these hoses off. I want my markers to stick so I can see when I go to put all this crap back on. I'll just put like a blue mark there and there. Look like a red mark there and there. I'm gonna have different colored marks all over this bitch, but that's okay. Probably end up replacing some of these hoses too. I don't know if this is just a really gay way of doing this or if it's actually going to help, but I don't know if you guys can see the marks that are on a lot of these, like these guys here. Go there. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, when it comes to putting it back together. It could just be a waste of time. But I'm also recording everything, so hopefully we'll remember where everything goes. Okay, for these guys, it looks like they're just somewhat tight, so not really gonna worry about them being exact too much. I think we can figure that out when we go to do them. Okay, this one, if you follow it, this is the fuel. Come on, baby. Okay, so there's fuel. And cruise control, I believe. Okay, that was easy. I don't even know what this little bird ball thing even does, but it doesn't want to come out. So I'll just get the whole damn thing out. I don't know. What do you do? Maybe you can just chill like that? Alright, I'm gonna pull the throttle body off. So these are disconnected. This looks like it connects, so I'm gonna put my thumb here and just pull. That comes off. And then it looks like we've got at least the 4 bolts. I already undid the electrical connector there. So I'm gonna do those 4 and then we'll see what's holding it. Okay, there's the hose right here. That. That. And underneath, got another clamp that I'm going to squeeze and drop down. Okay, that came off. Okay, so that's that one. And now the throttle body's off. I'm going to go ahead and put the bolts back in like I always do so I don't lose them. That one just had a nut. One stud. Okay. I think I can squeeze that. Oh, yeah, okay. Just get this out of here. Just remember where that goes. Right there. I'm going to start taking some bolts off. Whoop, tripped over the tripod. We got a nut right here. This held something else on, that black ball, and then this just holds the wiring. But then you've got those two there, and then I believe there's another one on the end over here. So I'm going to take those off real quick and see what else we got. So one of these is different than the others. This one actually has a nut. I believe that was the first one I pulled out because I remember it looking like a nut. So just be mindful of that. I believe this is the EGR valve back here. Let's see if I can get it. Come on, damn it. Oh, that was on there. Okay, well I won't bore you with that, but might be able to get it with a socket. So I just pulled out the bolt that held this on, and I bet you that was supposed to be this stud, and that's why I only had 3, so now I have 4. Okay, there's a, let me get some light for you. Looks like there's a nut with some ground wires going to it right down here. Let me show you right there. So I'm gonna get that out real quick. Hopefully. Oh. Kind of wedged my tool there. Okay. Alright, yeah. Okay, so one is a ground and the other one is like a clamp for something else. So I put some green marks on it. On either side of that, on the other side of that, on the other side of that, and then on the nut itself. So hopefully, I'll say, what's those two green marks? And I'll remember, especially if I go back and watch the video, that it goes on there. Okay, that's just a little banjo bolt. Anyway, I can't, the other part is on there pretty tight. I don't want to bend it, so I'll leave it on there for the time being. Throw this in my little bucket o' bolts right here. Okay, so when I pull on this, it's a little loose. There's a bracket right here with a bolt under it, or a nut or something, so I need to get that guy off. Okay. Alright, got it out. Now let's see. Okay, quite a bit looser now. Wow. Oh wow, okay. So I just have these three hoses here, which one of them is this guy, and I already marked the colors on there, so I'll just pull those off. There. And there. Okay. Cool. And I'll put this back in here so I don't lose it. If you guys can even see that. Probably not in the frame. The bolt I just took out, I'm gonna just hand thread it back in there. Just want to show you guys, that's the intake. And then there's that arm from earlier. And I left all the studs and everything with that bolt. So that's what she looks like in case anybody needs to see it. Okay, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna mark this white so I don't forget. Anyways, and looking at this, I don't think we have an O-ring set for these injectors, so I'm gonna see if it's possible to just kind of disconnect the rail wherever it feeds in and keep the rail attached to the intake and remove it all as one. That way we don't have to mess with the O-rings on the injectors. Yeah. I need to break down and buy one of those damn tools that need for disconnecting connectors. Well, the very last one, and it doesn't want to come out. So now I got a screwdriver. I am just going to squeeze the tab. Let's see if this works. Okay, squeeze the tab and pop it up. There we go. Okay, they're all out. Okay, I sprayed down. There is bolts everywhere. There, and then down below, they're all over the place. So I sprayed them all down with PB Blaster. And I sprayed the other side too, where the intake or the exhaust manifold is. Wow. And it is humid today. If I push in on that, is that guy coming up? Yes, okay. So there's that. And come on, baby. Come on. Okay, cool. So those are out. Just gonna pick, I'll do white for the top one. And green for the bottom one. Probably don't even need to mark a lot of these, but just doing it anyway. Okay. This is up, this is loose, these are all kind of loose, so we're getting there. I still got a couple bolts back there I gotta get out. Let's see. So that very last one on top was just a nut, and I was able to get in there with a swivel head all the way back against the firewall and in, and I took my electric ratchet and went full tilt with it, and luckily it broke loose, because if I would have had to try to hit it with this or something, I think I would have knocked this off, but it worked out. So now the hard part is there's a bunch underneath, and the top ones were kind of hard enough to get to. I'm really not looking forward to the bottom ones, so might have to kind of do those by feel. Okay, I don't know how, but I was able to get my 12-inch or 12mm combo wrench in here. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just got really lucky or something, but anyway, that's one way to do it. Okay, since there's no way I'll be able to get that bolt back in there the way I took it out, I'm just going to go ahead and remove this clamp and get this hose out of there right now. Probably what you should do is take this rubber hose off down here to get to that bolt. I think I've gotten all the top bolts and all the bottom bolts except for the one underneath these two runners. And to get to that one, you know how I got real lucky on this one? I'm not getting lucky on this side. So I can almost reach my hand in here, but this line is in the way, so I took this nut off of that, and I'm gonna take, I believe this is the intake for the whole fuel rail. So I'm going to, I hope it's threaded regular, not backwards threaded. So I'm just gonna go kind of clockwise, and hopefully, I'm sure it's a banjo bolt. Banjo just means, you know, it's got a hole in it. Oh, let's see. Yeah, a big arse hole in it. Okay, so now that I can move this, oh, we need to keep this copper washer. I'm gonna put that right back in there. You know, it's so weird, the fuel pump, this thing sat for like 2 years. And the fuel pump didn't work, and I ended up cutting a hole in the floorboard and getting it out, and I pulled it out over onto the concrete and put voltage to it. It wasn't spinning, and I banged on it. I think I may have even taken it apart, and then it started spinning. And it's worked ever since. So okay, so now maybe that I mean that had to come off anyway so that we can get this out, but now maybe I can get that bolt out. Okay, I thought it was a bolt, but now I'm thinking it's a nut. I think I got the nut. Let me see if I can. Okay. Yeah, it's a nut. It's actually like a nut with like a crush washer or something. Anyway, I was able to get it once I moved the fuel rail out of the way. I was able to get this little tiny 1/4-inch wrench with a 12 on it and get it in there. That is an Allen bolt. That's an Allen bolt that starts right here, and it looks like it goes all the way through that thermostat and into the head. So I got the right deal here. Let's see what it is. It's a 6 mil. Okay, cool. Oh crap, look how long that is. Damn, okay. Now, am I good? Okay, starting to act like it's loose a little bit. Okay, I think I found something additional that I need to take off. Right in there. There's two bolts, one on the left side of the screen and the right side of the screen, and there's a tube that goes in there. Almost looks like a EGR or something or other tube, but that's way up under there, so. Okay. It was two 10mm bolts, and I was able to get it in there with this stubby 1/4 inch drive 10mm. So, but that wasn't it. It's still holding on for dear life. Oh, maybe not. It's moving a little. Oh! Shit, maybe that was all of it. Still feels like there's something on this left side though, so let me check it out. Okay, so I think what I forgot is right down there. See the hump right there, and the hump right there. Hard to explain, but on the right and left you can see where the bolts kind of go through. Well, I put this down there and a nut came off. I had it in from the back side and a nut came off, so I'm going to try to get the other nut off and then see if that'll disconnect. Okay, well I sure hope that was it, because that was 3 nuts that went on the back side right below this that holds on. Okay, cool. So whatever this guy is, it should slide over off maybe. Don't make me cut you. Are you serious? Okay. Great. I'm doing this with the fuel rail attached, so it's kind of a pain in the ass. Got it. Damn. And it just started raining. Okay. Man. What a pain in the arse. But I got a gap. That's all we needed. Sweet. See it? Yeah, and I definitely did have to take those 2 bolts out for the coolant hose right there, because it did not move. Oh, I guess it does move a little, but I wouldn't have gotten that much room. Does that have an O-ring on it? Feels like it does. I might have to put some schmutz on that when I put it back together. It looks like some RTB's coming off with my finger. Ah, boy. You know, this is like a damn Mercedes-Benz compared to the Samurai. That thing was so simple. This thing is like high-tech. And you would think just a 22 RE would be a simple-ass 4-cylinder, but it's got a lot of crap going on. And then I got a bunch of crap over here that's already been taken off, so. Yeah, alright. Well, I guess I can pull the valve cover, see what I gotta do here. Probably the fan. Gotta pull the distributor and then tackle the exhaust. Okay. Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video right here. I thought I could do it all in one part, getting the head off, but I'm gonna have to make it 2 parts. We're actually way farther along than where you're at in the video. As you can see, the head is off, and I would have started to reassemble it today, but we're waiting on a rocker assembly. This one was just really bad, which you'll see in part 2 of taking the head off. But yeah, my roommate, when we knew we had a bad head gasket, he went ahead and bought a new head because I don't know, this was $202, and that's probably about what it would cost to get this resurfaced, I would think. So, but then you gotta wait and do it on their time frame, so he just went ahead and bought one. And a couple of years ago, he had bought this engine rebuild kit for this thing. It was only, I think it was $200 or $300 from Japan, and this thing has tons of stuff in it. But I mean, you can see pistons, timing set, there's tons of gaskets. That's where we're going to steal the head gasket from. I think that's a water pump, yeah, and freeze plugs, and just tons of stuff. But I already filmed it. I'll go take a deep dive into that in case any of you guys want to buy a kit like that. But yeah, I just can't. I wanted to make this all in one part, pulling the head off and then reassembling it would be like part 2. But my editing software is just so trash that it's so glitchy after about 20 or 25 minutes that I'm gonna have to do 2 parts for the disassembly. So I'll have that out here in a couple days, and hopefully you guys will come back and watch that. And I really appreciate you watching this one, and thank you again, guys. We'll see you very soon. Take care.